The rivalries and friendships of Jeff Gordon in NASCAR. Jeff Gordon, one of the most iconic and successful drivers in NASCAR history, has had a career filled with intense rivalries as well as strong and lasting friendships. From his early days in the sport to his retirement, Gordon has left an indelible mark, not only through his driving skills but also through the relationships he forged with his fellow competitors. Born on August 4, 1971, in Vallejo, California, Gordon's passion for racing began at a young age. He started racing go-karts at the age of 5 and quickly showed promise and talent behind the wheel. In the early 1990s, Gordon caught the eye of legendary car owner Rick Hendrick, who saw immense potential in the young driver. This marked the beginning of a partnership that would go on to shape the landscape of NASCAR. Gordon burst onto the NASCAR scene in 1993, and his rivalry with the dominant Dale Earnhardt Sr. quickly took the spotlight. Though they had a fierce on-track rivalry, with both drivers pushing each other to their limits, there was also a mutual respect between them. Earnhardt recognized Gordon's talent and potential, often referring to him as the future of the sport. This rivalry would become one of the defining storylines of NASCAR in the 1990s and early 2000s. Another significant rivalry in Gordon's career was with fellow driver Rusty Wallace. Throughout the 1990s, the two engaged in intense battles on the track, exchanging paint and pushing each other to the edge. Their rivalries were fueled by their competitive nature and a desire to outdo one another. Wallace and Gordon's battles ignited the passion of fans, who eagerly anticipated every encounter between the two drivers. While rivalries are an inevitable part of any competitive sport, Gordon also formed lasting friendships with his fellow competitors. One such friendship was with his Hendrick Motorsports teammate, Jimmie Johnson. Gordon took Johnson under his wing, mentoring him and supporting him throughout his early years in NASCAR. The bond between the two drivers grew even stronger when Johnson went on to win his first Cup Series championship in 2006. This friendship exemplifies the camaraderie that can exist between competitors in NASCAR. Gordon's rivalry with Tony Stewart is another noteworthy aspect of his career. Stewart, known for his aggressive driving style, was often involved in intense battles with Gordon on the track. However, despite their rivalry, the two drivers developed a deep respect for each other. This mutual respect led to a strong friendship and even business collaborations off the track. Throughout his career, Gordon's ability to form relationships with his fellow competitors helped him build a strong support system. His friendships extended beyond the track, and he often spent time with his fellow drivers and their families off the track. Gordon's influence was not limited to his on-track performance, but also in the way he carried himself, treating others with respect and dignity. As Gordon's career progressed, he saw a new generation of drivers emerge, many of whom idolized him and looked up to him as a mentor. Drivers such as Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson have spoken highly of Gordon, praising his influence on their careers and the impact he had on the sport as a whole. Gordon's willingness to mentor and guide the next generation of drivers demonstrates his commitment to the growth of NASCAR. In 2015, Gordon announced his retirement from full-time racing, marking the end of an era in NASCAR. As he bid farewell to the sport, his rivals became his friends, and the respect he had earned over the years was evident in the farewell tributes he received from his fellow drivers. Gordon's impact on NASCAR extended beyond his racing achievements. He left a lasting legacy built on fierce rivalries and lasting friendships. In conclusion, Jeff Gordon's career in NASCAR was defined by intense rivalries and strong friendships. From his battles with the likes of Dale Earnhardt Sr. and Rusty Wallace to his mentorship of drivers like Jimmie Johnson and Tony Stewart, Gordon's influence on and off the track cannot be understated. As he continues his involvement in the sport as a commentator and mentor, his legacy as one of NASCAR's greatest drivers and friends will endure for generations to come.